Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Data here. It is the sixth trade of the afternoon, now evening, for March the 6th, 2024. Breaking news in the NHL as Noah Hanifin, perhaps the biggest piece remaining for this year's NHL trade deadline, has been traded from the Calgary Flames to the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, it seemed as though Vegas had just come into the conversation for the trade about maybe like an hour, 2 hours ago, not sure what, but Vegas put together some sort of package fast enough that the Calgary Flames said, let's pull the trigger, let's do it. Well, you know what? There's been cap circumvention before. I don't think this is that case. I think when Mark Stone has a lacerated spleen, you can say, okay, we can, understand it a little bit more than Kucherov and how his situation was pushed into the playoffs. But at the same time, yes, Vegas has been maneuvering their way around. They are, you got to give credit to them for that. At the same time, I'm sure they'd prefer to have their captain, Mark Stone, in the lineup. But now the biggest trade piece potentially to go, it really worked out pretty much perfect in the timing, as Alec Martinez had just gone on injured reserve today as well. Trades are starting to happen. Dominoes are starting to fall. Now we'll wait to see what the return will be on this trade, as it has been confirmed that Noah Hanifin has been traded to the Vegas Golden Knights, but now we'll want to see what the return might be. As we see right here, according to Puckpedia, Vegas will now have $4.3 million available in cap space, or is that what they have right now? Excuse me. So we'll see, is this at 50% retained? Is it at 75% retained? It could still be a little while until we get the return. I'm not sure. I'll try to stay live until it happens. I got nowhere to go. Hopefully it won't be 2 hours like the Timo Meier trade a couple of years ago. But Noah Hanifin is on his way to Vegas, and an extension is in the works, according to Darren Dreger. So that makes a lot of sense. I would think that if Hanifin's going to Vegas, he would want to be, or just going anywhere, he'd want to be somewhere that he could get extended. He is going to be a top four left D pair, top four pair left D. Excuse me, trying to say too much at once here. So Vegas currently with 4.426 about when it comes to their deadline cap space. Now the question will be 50% or 75% retained. And Vegas, they have their next 3 first-round picks. They have 2 of their next 3 second-round picks, all 3 of their next third-round picks, 8 out of 9 of their next 3 years of top 3 picks in the first 3 rounds. So definitely they have the picks to spare. If they were to move the prospects, are we talking Chaika? Would the Flames be interested in another defenseman? They just got Grushnikov. They have Poirier in their system. They have Morin in their system. I don't know if they're as interested in a defenseman. Could it be a Brisson type of thing? Maybe Brisson and a first, maybe and a third. I don't know what. There definitely will be value added if it's coming with an extension and not just as a pure rental, which is what it's sounding like. So we'll see what the return will be soon. But let's start breaking down Noah Hanifin by the numbers here. I'm not sure if JFresh put anything yet. No. So always looking forward to those JFresh cards, but we'll wait and see as we learn more and more, refreshing the Twitter world and all that. He is eligible to sign an 8-year extension, which is very interesting as well. That makes it even more value on what Calgary would be asking for back from Vegas. So who is Noah Hanifin? He was drafted 5th overall to the Carolina Hurricanes, a part of the Elias Lindholm blockbuster back in 2018. He's been on the Flames ever since. Solid guy. He's seen some good offensive numbers through his years as well. But he's a big 6'3" defenseman who's able to throw the body, able to block shots. Trade details not available yet, but we're learning more and more. It sounds like an extension will be in place, and he will be eligible to sign an 8-year extension. He blocks shots. Maybe doesn't hit as much as I maybe thought he might, but he definitely blocks a lot of shots. He eats a lot of minutes this year, a career high, playing 23.46 on average this season. And he's also on a point pace of 47 points over 82 games, which was on a career high for a point pace, or at least tie for his career high. He's on a career high for time on ice. JFresh card out. Thank you, Mr. Jack. And we'll break down a little bit more about the things that he does away from the puck, which is what we always want to look for even a bit more in depth, which is the most important part. So Noah Hanifin is a mobile puck-moving defenseman who typically plays at a top pairing level. He's very good at a whole lot of things, skating, passing, etc., even if he's not quite elite at anything. So very good, but not elite at anything, it seems like, but very well-rounded defenseman who's going to be able to eat a lot of minutes. Impacts are down this year, but microstats are steady. So as we can see right here, over the last 3 years of weighted average data, remember that when we talk about wins above replacement, we're talking about, for a defenseman, if we're talking about replacement level player, we're talking about a seventh defenseman, someone who's scratched most nights, who's in the but on the NHL roster at a replacement level. So if I were to remove Noah Hanifin from the lineup and replace him with the seventh defenseman, the replacement level player, how many more wins do I get with Noah Hanifin in the lineup as opposed to that replacement level player? That's what wins above replacement is. So that's why Noah Hanifin, when you say 67th percentile of wins above replacement over the last 3 years of weighted average data, you can understand that that carries a lot of value. Gen Z, you're not allowed to sign an 8-year extension as a deadline acquisition. No, but it'll be before the deadline, though. So that's why it would work out. 69th percentile of even strength offense, 40th for even strength defense. Goals, primary assists, looking very, very good. Of course, take that with a grain of salt, as he's not an offensive player. I could see some defense going back the other way, Gavin. I'm going to check out Vegas's blue line in a moment after this. Good metrics for the penalty kill, playing against high levels of competition. Teammates are high at 78th percentile, but he's playing against the 93rd percentile of competition in the league. So he's playing against high levels of competition. And that's even with his defense taking a turn down in the last couple of years. Is that because he's been playing more minutes? Is that what is that what's contributing to it? It's possible. His overall value has steadily gone down a little bit from close to the 100th percentile to now around the 50th percentile. Put him on the Vegas Golden Knights, allow him to play first pair left D or second pair left D, and that's going to be very different than playing in a downtrending Calgary squad. Alec Martinez now out due to injury. I think Noah Hanifin slots into first pair left D beautifully with Alex Pietrangelo. Then you have McNabb, Theodore staying the same, Haig, Whitecloud on the third pair. I think this is perfect. With Martinez coming out, you can just slot Hanifin right in and not miss a beat. So this is a perfect type of acquisition for the Vegas Golden Knights. Perfect timing. They have the picks to get it done. I'm very curious about what the prospects might be, but whether Hanifin plays next to Theodore or plays next to Pietrangelo, I think that this is going to be the perfect part of their blue line. Of course, we're going to be waiting a little while for details, but I want to go live ASAP. Yeah, and a lot of teams are buying here. Landon saying awful day for the Stars. We'll just jump to the comments here. Awful day for the Stars. A lot of teams are buying here. The Avalanche got a lot scarier today. The Panthers got a lot scarier today. Vegas, they've been struggling a little bit. They're down in 12th in the NHL. They just got a lot scarier with Noah Hanifin on their blue line. Yes, it hurts to lose Alec Martinez, but they just got someone who might not even be here just towards the end of the year, but it looks like he's going to be here a long time, into the next 7-8 seasons if he's going to sign an extension. It wouldn't be the first time. Acquire Stone, extend. Pietrangelo, long-term extension there as well. Marchessault, Stevenson, Barbashev, these are guys who are acquired, some at the deadline, some not, and then they see big extensions going back before long. Martinez the other way, probably not, unless you really need the contracts to work. I don't think Martinez would go. He's an IR guy. He's on the IR now. How much is he even going to play towards the end of the season? I'm not sure if I would say that Martinez would be a part of the return unless it's just necessary. But in terms of value, it wouldn't fit what the Flames are trying to do. The Flames, that's one of the big pieces that they wanted to move out this deadline. Hanifin, one of the expiring UFAs. They still can consider Jacob Markstrom, but they moved out Hanifin. They moved out Lindholm. They've done the big things that they've needed to do at this deadline. Now the question will be, did they get enough of a return back? They already have 2 firsts, 2 seconds, 2 fourths. Next year, a first, a second, a third. The year after, first, second, 2 thirds. So you would hope that they recoup at least a couple of top 3 picks within the next 3 years or so. Vegas can give that. Vegas has that value to give. Armin, good point here. Down to the Canucks and Canes for Gensel. If Vegas is going to spend their money and if Florida's going to spend their money, it's still, and a lot of these teams still have like Vegas, Florida still has $3 million to play around with. So I wouldn't say it's down to only those two, but I think it gets a little bit more attractive for the Canucks and the Canes to be destinations for Gensel. Weeks tweet about from 20 minutes. This is deadline. What was the tweet, Dabrowski? Kevin Weeks? Let's check it out. What did Kevin Weeks say 25 minutes ago? First, let's refresh Twitter and see what's going on over here. Yeah, so they currently have 4.276 to play with, and Noah Hanifin makes 4.95. So there would definitely have to be some retention here for Vegas. They also have a full 23-man roster, so some contracts are being moved around here for sure. We'll check out the microstats card in a moment as well from Hanifin. What did Kevin Weeks say here? Kevin Weeks. That's an ES, right? Yeah, Kevin Weeks. Let's see what Kevin Weeks had to say. Yes. Plenty of potential deal scenarios out there right now. This is one I heard has caught my attention. Gensel to the Canucks, DeBrusk to the Penguins, Lindholm to the Bruins in a potential 3-way deal. Whoa. That would be a deal to to really blow our socks off here. That would be a ridiculous 3-team blockbuster. That would be really something that I look forward to seeing. I think it could happen. I'm thinking that could be the noise around that possibility keeps getting louder and louder. So no extension per Elliot Friedman. Is that what they were saying here in the chat? No extension? Maybe just not yet? Hold on. Let's see this. There is no extension as an immediate part of this deal. We'll see what comes, but nothing in the immediate announcement. So that means that if Hanifin were to extend, it would be maximum 7 years, and he wouldn't be able to take advantage of the 8-year extension, which, it's not the craziest thing to say. Was Lindholm just traded to the Canucks? Yeah, he was. He's only played, less than a dozen games with them already. So yeah, looking at the microstats here for Noah Hanifin, it paints a fair picture of what he's good at, which is most things: active on exits like all Calgary defenders, a good passer, strong creator of offense, finishing unusually well this year. So take the finishing with a grain of salt for sure, but look at how much he does well. My goodness. Forget about the goals or whatever else. You want to look at away from the puck? Look at the exit possession rate. Look at the retrieval success. There it is. Where's the forechecking? Hold on, am I blind here? Am I blind? Play. Am I crazy to say there's a wasn't there a forechecking stat on the last card that I'd seen? But regardless, retrieval success, defensive zone retrievals, in-zone offense, even shot contributions is pretty lovely to see 90% from a guy like Hanifin, who's not always been in that type of, frame of mind of playing. But yeah, very well-rounded season this year, as we're seeing that he's very good at most things. Might not be elite at anything. We're not seeing a lot of 95 percentiles for anything like that. We're seeing a lot of solid, dependable numbers when it comes to these attributes, and that's why Vegas, looking to win another Stanley Cup with Alec Martinez out on the IR, would say, let's go out and get this guy. We have a ton of draft picks. We have a little bit of prospect fuel as well, but we have a ton of draft picks. Depends on what Calgary wants as a return, and I would think that this is going to be a draft pick heavy return, on Noah Hanifin. Jay Fresh going on to say, this is all to say that it wouldn't surprise me at all to see Hanifin's macro level impacts rise back up to their usual strong level in Vegas. Depending on the cap hit, this should be a savvy way to refresh their aging and very slow defense. That's a good point as well. Martinez, McNabb, guys in their getting into their mid to late 30s as well. So Pietrangelo not getting any younger either. Give me Noah Hanifin to be the future number 1 left D here. Theodore can replace Pietrangelo in the future, or whatever combination you want to have. Haig, White Cloud, they're coming up the ranks as well. You got Kolasar. What's his name? Hold on. What's that defenseman's name? Korzak, that's what it is. Korzak's shown some good things as well. You got Cormier, you got Chaika in the system as well. The defense should be something that you can rely on longer term for Vegas, and that Noah Hanifin can be that big guy on the left side. He's only 26. Extend him into his 30s, and he's going to be a big piece in the Western Conference for a long time now. Not seeing anything else coming out here. Interesting number. One possible consideration for Vegas targeting Hanifin as a long-term answer at D. Their blue liners are pretty slow skaters, and Hanifin very much is not. So Hanifin's speed up here will really help out, especially if he's replacing Martinez, who's down here. 18 mile per hour bursts per 60, and on the y-axis, top speed in miles per hour. When you look at on this axis, you see Alec Martinez down here below the I don't know if they would call it the average, but below both averages by a good margin, especially when it comes to top speed. So Noah Hanifin up in that higher speed in the speedster category, while also being low top speed but plays fast. So he's not going all the way over here, but he is in the speedster category. Interesting. Very interesting to see that. So Hanifin's got the speed. That helps the Vegas Golden Knights in a few different ways. Helps their hurting, aging, and slowing down blue line. Now, it just comes back to what is the retention? What is the return? Still not complete, still being worked on. There will still be some form of salary retention when complete. We're getting there. Yeah, this could be a little bit of time. I was considering waiting on going live on this one, but we definitely want to make sure that we're here for when it happens. Why in the world would the Canucks trade Lindholm? I wouldn't say that it hasn't worked out for Lindholm, but I would say that they were hoping for more, I think. And it would be really something to see an immediate flip almost. I wouldn't be able to even remember a time in which that happened, even remotely in the same way. Like maybe Jeff Carter, who played like 30 games with the Blue Jackets, then got flipped. But when can you think of a player making an honest move to a team, thinking that he's going to be there for a longer period of time, and then within like 10, 20 games, a high-value player is then flipped to another team in another high-value trade? I can't remember another time in which that's happened. Well, we could do that, Jack. We could do when we have long waiting periods, we could do some sort of sporkle or something, a little sports quiz. We could kill some time with that. We'll see how much time really needs to be killed in the end. I get New Jersey is not available to trading Toffoli per GM Tom Fitzgerald, but if they were to deal him, where would he go? I think any team that loses out on the Jake Gensel sweepstakes would be in on Tyler Toffoli, whether it be Carolina or Vancouver or New York. But I don't think that, and what would he be worth? Easily first plus, first and a prospect. Similar to what he got when he went from the Canadiens to the Flames, Emil Heineman and a second, right? So I would think even more at this point. But I would say that I'd be shocked if, not shocked, I'd be very surprised, I guess, if the Devils were to move Tyler Toffoli. Where do you think he goes? I think he stays in New Jersey. Aiden, you got to think that ups the price for Gensel too for Western teams. Best player on the market, and the West teams have been buying the most. True, the West have been buyers. This is like the team that doesn't need Hanifin, but yet got him anyways. I know Golden's hurting on this one. A lot of people are hurting on this one for Vegas. Mr. Brian Michalak, would the Bruins get discount for Lindholm if Canucks are trying to swing Gensel? I wouldn't. That depends on how you qualify discount. I think they'd still have to pay a good deal for him, especially if Lindholm's going to say, listen, I don't want to keep moving around. This is where I'm staying. I'm willing to sign on. I think the Bruins would still have to pay what he's worth. Like if the Canucks just gave up all that they gave up, Brustovic and all that, for a Lindholm, they're going to want to take back similar value. So it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be cheap for the Bruins if they were to get him. I hear that too, Dexter. Devils fans will want Toffoli to move, even if you want him to stay. Some will want him to move, but I don't think it's in the cards for this year. I don't think it's in the cards for right now. Okay, so let's go back to Twitter here, see what's up in the Twitter world. Darren Dreger, most recent. 3 new posts, always exciting to see. Click on that. PWHL looking good. The Vegas Golden Knights consistently operate like there is a massive meteor hurtling toward Earth. Good player available. Might as well trade for them because we're all going to be dead in a couple months anyways. It's interesting, eh? David Savard definitely going to get traded as well. Yeah. To where? Good question. But the right-handed D market is drying up with Tanev and with, what's his name? Walker, both off the market now. Let's see. Bold claim from Gold. I'm making a bold claim. There will only be 3 moves made on deadline day. I think it'll be more than that. There's always there's a lot of depth moves that will happen, like AHLers getting swapped around. I would be surprised if it's less than 10. But for big moves, it could be as low as 3. James Duthie is in shambles right now. But that would hurt the value. If a team knew that he was going back to New Jersey in the offseason, or just a pure rental, that would hurt the value. But I see what you're saying, Dexter. Does to fully extend in New Jersey, then you would think that he would. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't want to make this too much on Toffoli, but he's definitely worth a pretty penny, and I'm not sure if the Devils are going to be able to pay that with how they've dedicated money to Timo Meier and company. Landed in shambles too from the jubilation of Chris Tanev. No problem. No problem. I'm happy to talk about many different players. I just didn't want to start searching up to fold these numbers and make it about him, but I'm happy to talk about it. Dave Pagnotta, the fourth period, as the Flames/Knights finalize the Hanifin trade, word out of Vegas suggests they aren't necessarily finished, could still add another forward by the deadline. Absolutely. So we saw on Puckpedia, let's just look at this quickly. Let's think about this for a second. If we go to Puckpedia, let's check out exactly how much money do they have right now. You should see the comments in the live chat there, Dexter. I see everybody's comments. So Vegas has 4.3. So if it's 4.3, and let's say they're getting Hanifin at 75% retained from another team, so 4.95 times 25. So let's say they're costing him 1.2375. 1.2375. 4.3 minus 1. Was it 2375? Yeah. That would leave them with 3.06 million. 3.06 million would still go a long way if you're going to be taking another player 50% retained or 75% retained. That would go a very long way. I did that calculation right? 4.95 times 0.25? Yeah, 1.2375. So Vegas would still have a lot of money, and I would assume a lot of value. As much value as Noah Hanifin is going to take, it's not going to be all of their first, seconds, and thirds in the next few years. They've only traded their second in 2024 of their next 3 years of top 3 picks. They would have room for Gensel at 50%. They would, absolutely. But the question would be, what value is left in their prospects? What would the Penguins be looking at? How did the Vegas's forward lines even look as well? I don't know. You bring in, you brought in Anthony Mantha already. There he is, which bumped down. Who got bumped down? It doesn't tell you the healthy scratches, eh? Was it Cotter? No, Cotter's up to the third line, but they would have the room for Jake Gensel. The question would be, would the Penguins still be interested in whatever value is left over if they're spending big on, if the Vegas Golden Knights are spending big, that is, on Noah Hanifin. Landon. Okay, so if you're just joining us, just recapping, Noah Hanifin traded to the Vegas Golden Knights. There's still gonna be some salary retention move going around. Vegas is not done yet. There's probably gonna be a third team, some brokering going on. We'll stay live until it's fully broken down. It might take a little bit of time, but we'll be here. Who knows? Deals like this can come together very quickly, especially when we saw the Mantha deal. They said it could be an hour, and it was like 10 minutes later. So Noah Hanifin is a mobile puck-moving defenseman who typically plays at a top pairing level. He's very good at a whole lot of things, even if he's not quite elite at anything. Great impact over the last 3 years. Bit of a down year this year in terms of his impact, his all-around impact. But as you can see, his average data over the last 3 years speaks for itself. Lots of great numbers. And even if you look at just this season, the microstat card really exemplifies what he's so good at. Much more everyone would hate it. Yeah, I hear you, Nick. I hear you. People are not happy. I don't know if there's much to be unhappy about. Like, Vegas has used their own prospects. They've traded all their first round picks, like the players they've drafted in the first round. There hasn't been that much cap circumvention. If you want to get really mad at if you're mad about someone going to the edge of the rules, get mad at Tampa. Like Mark Stone and his lacerated spleen, I'm not sure if you can get that upset at Vegas. It's just that I know that because of the Eichel injury and whatever else in the past, they've been trying to. People have been unhappy about that, but for the most part, Vegas they found a lot of diamonds in the rough, and they've traded a lot of their top prospects to get the team that they have right now. So it's not like they've just gotten it for free. The team that they got on day one was for free because the league didn't know how to operate for an expansion team, and then they did, and they learned, they got wise, and Seattle got the short end of the stick. But that being said, Noah Hanifin, look at all the blue here. He does a lot of things super well. The shots, the primary assists, primary shot assists, neutral zone shot assists, passes, exits, possession rate, shot contributions, in zone offense, blah, blah, blah. All those lovely things that you want to hear if you're a Vegas Golden Knight fan, and all the things that Calgary Flames fans loved about him as well. Definitely that. One new post here. What do we got here? No. Vegas uses every corner of the CBA. Every team has people dedicated to doing so. They're willing to push that takes risks out their hands, and some has yeah, that's it. Kind of echoing what I'm saying there about Vegas and how they've played their how they've run their organization. Yeah, I hear you, Nick. People would not be happy. People like to hate on Vegas. Maybe sometimes for good reason. I don't know, but I think they've paid the price for the team that they have. Like if we let me just pull this up here. What Vegas has given up, Golden Knights draft. As the Flames last night finalized the Hanifin trade, word out of Vegas suggests they aren't done. Yeah, that was from Pagnotta. Yes. If you look at Vegas's draft history, like who's still here, their first round picks, right? If I scroll down in their whole history, Cody Glass, gone. Nick Suzuki, gone. Eric Brandstrom, gone. No first round pick. Peyton Krebs, gone. Brisson, still here. Zachary Dean, gone. David Edstrom just drafted. He's still here. So through there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have 2. So they've traded 5 out of 7 of their first round picks. I will bathe in people's tears if Vegas gets Gensel. Gen Z. So Brandon and one of those two might be moving right now. Brendan Brisson, he's looking okay down in the AHL, 26 points in 41 games, 22 years old. Maybe a guy that Vegas wants to get value out of now, kind of like a Jake Leschyshyn that they might not see. They don't think that they'll see growth from. I don't know. David Edstrom, I don't know if they want to move him after just drafting him already, but he's looking good in the SHL, 17 points in 41 games, looking all right. David Edstrom is playing over in Sweden, drafted 32nd overall this past year. But aside from that, you got some second round picks in there. You got Sapovaliv, who has 55 points in 46 games with Saginaw. So let's start thinking about what a return might be. Would the Vegas Golden Knights be moving Sapovaliv? Could they be moving Danil Chaika, second round pick, who is now 21, playing not a big points guy, so it's hard to look at his numbers right here. He's negative 22 with the Henderson Silver Knights down in the AHL. So Danil Chaika, could that be a deal right there? I don't know. So Chaika, Sapovaliv, Edstrom, I don't know about him. Maybe, I don't know. Jordan Gustafson, what's up with Jordan Gustafson? Doesn't look like he's developing super well in WHL. Matthew Cataford. They'll probably want a center prospect. Good points. Cataford could be that guy. 82 points in 59 games with the Halifax Mooseheads. I could see Mathieu Cataford being that guy. Cataford. I could see that. I could see Sapovaliv. I could see Cataford. If they want other centermen, there's not much else going on here, aside from Brisson, like we already saw. Peyton Krebs is gone, and now when we go into here, these are guys who are now ancient history. What happened to Morozov? Morozov just never came over. He played in the AHL and now back to the KHL, huh? Morozov. He was following Shipachev. Nothing came from it. So Vegas definitely has some value. I would think that whichever prospect goes back is somewhere in this image right here, all the way down to max. I guess probably maybe could Jackson Hallam be in there? I don't know, maybe Jackson Hallam, but I would think it caps off around here. Everything you see on the screen is a possibility, I would say, from David Edstrom all the way down to Jackson Hallam when it comes to the prospects. I'm thinking the return might be similar to the Meyer trade to New Jersey, says Gen Z McKenzie. Yeah, I could see that, absolutely. Remember to leave a like if you haven't already, and of course, subscribe and turn on your notifications for breaking news analysis as it happens for every trade leading up to the NHL trade deadline, into the offseason and everything else. Aside from that, we do NHL 24 franchise mode, career simulations on NHL 24, franchise mode on MLB The Show 23, and much more. If you enjoy that type of content, take a second, check out the channel. We'd love to have you join the team. Our Discord server, over 600 members who are always talking hockey, talking franchise mode, breaking news, and discussing it all. Great place for you to have your to have your fanship come on out. So we'd love to have you there. So yeah, again, Noah Hanifin, great 6'3" defenseman. Did I say that Hanifin was 25 before? I did, eh? I think I did. But he's 27, excuse me. He had turned 27 in January, or I said he was 26 maybe. But yeah, I think I said he was 25 or 26. He's 27. Yeah. Return for Duhaime in Minnesota. And maybe Dexter. Maybe I'll take over the Devils next. Duhaime, I don't know if there'd be that much of a return in terms of like what the current market is. If Vlad goes for a third and a fourth, context considered, and if Mantha goes for a second and a fourth, I don't know if Duhaime gets more than like a third. I don't know. I don't mean to take your spirits down. But again, Vegas, they have 8 of their next 9 top 3 picks of the next 3 years. They have some great prospects. I would say someone in here is moving. I'm going to keep it on the screen. Someone in here is moving. I think if it's not, I don't think it would be. I don't know if you can get a second there, Mila. I'm not sure. It'd have to be the right move on deadline day, maybe. Vegas's Lions, they're still going to be in the mix for another trade after this. I'm not sure who would fit where, But picking up Anthony Mantha, picking up Noah Hanifin, the biggest moves that they had to get done, I believe. First pair D, middle six forward. Now, do they want to get another big top six type forward like a Jake Gensel? That will be the question. Maybe even Pavel Buchnevich. Gensel and Buchnevich are the two last big dominoes to fall, I would think. It looks as I would guess that the return for Noah Hanifin right now would be one or more, probably one of these prospects and a couple of these picks. Maybe a first, a third, or a first, a fourth, and one of those prospects. That would still leave them with a couple firsts, a couple seconds, and many more prospects to make another deal happen. Now, they're probably having to give up a third, or not a third, but probably a fourth or a fifth for some salary retention right now. As Puckpedia actually said earlier, Puckpedia has a good calculator for salary retention. Let's look at this for a second. Vegas had roughly 4.3. How many carries for that? Vegas may not be done adding. Still plenty of wingers out there too. So if we look at Puckpedia here for a second, if we look at Puckpedia and Puckpedia, come on, there you go. If Noah Hanifin, let's say he's being retained, if 50% retained by Calgary, he makes 4.95, correct? 4.95. So 50% retained, that leaves only another 25% retained. So okay, so it's the same thing. 1.2375 would have to be returned. We don't know the return just yet. We're speculating on the return. We don't know it just yet, Habs fan. So if 1.2375 has to be retained, we saw earlier, according to the Puckpedia calculator here. Let's see. They had said it earlier on about the calculation. So no, that's not it here. My apologies. They were equating the value of the money, the dollar value, to the draft picks that it takes. I may have passed it by now. We don't know the return just yet. They're calculating. They have a calculator here somewhere. Unless I go to their website. It's been a busy day. Here we go. So if a team were to retain 25% of Adam Henrique at 5.825, which would be 1.45, the value would be an early fifth round pick. So I would say if the value is a little bit less, 1.23 as opposed to 1.456, we're probably talking a late fifth round pick type of thing, which would be exactly what Vegas could give up here. So Vegas is probably sending a late fifth round pick. Let's say one of these three, a late fifth round pick, one of these 3/5 in 2024, 2025, or 2026, to a team to retain salary on Noah Hanifin, who's going to come at 75% retained in exchange for, my prediction, a first, a third, and one of these prospects. Or I would say a first and a fourth in one of these prospects. Am I saying a bit of an overpayment? Perhaps, but that's the market for a guy that a young guy that you're looking to extend long term. Right-hand D, it's because of scarcity, Gen Z. Why is right-handed D so valuable? It's because of the scarcity for top 4 right-handed D. That's about that's usually what it comes down to. No, nothing new there. I'll go ahead and switch it back here. Yeah, the third team brokers are really becoming something the last couple of years, but especially this year, last year. Teams are getting good draft pick capital just for helping out. So maybe we'll do a little Sporkle to kill some time here. Do a little sports quiz Sporkle while we continue to wait. We'll keep refreshing over on Twitter as much as possible, but we can do a little sports quiz. Any suggestions on what we could do for a Sporkle quiz? Well, we're just waiting to get the return on Noah Hanifin. He has been traded to the Vegas Golden Knights, but we are waiting to get the full return on what that will be. It would seem as though a fifth round pick is likely going to another team for salary retention. But what is the cost on Noah Hanifin? Is it a couple picks and a prospect, a first and one of their prospects, a first, a fourth, a third? There's a lot of different possibilities, and Vegas has a few interesting names that they could throw around, plus lots of picks. They've traded a lot in the past, but they have more. They keep restocking the cupboards. We're still waiting on the return, Habs fan. Oh, I don't think my computer likes it. I'm trying to open Sporkle. Yeah, we're still waiting on the return. The NHL all-time hits leaders. Sporkle. Let's do that. Let's see what that works out for us, Mila. I'm sure the AGMs, the assistant general managers in the comments in the Discord server will make sure to always notify when it's time. What did they trade for quiz? Oh, you know what? I think that's a good one actually. Actually, I don't mean to say that yours was no good, Mila. I love the hits one, but maybe we'll save that for Sporkle Saturday. Puck Doku is doing a what was he traded for type of quiz. Let's see if we can work that out. Let's see. Puck Doku. He traded for. Who he trade for? That's what it's called. Who he trade for. All right, let's try this out. Here we go. What he trade for. Who he trade for. So let's look at. Show us a player. We got to try and remember as many things as possible that player was traded for. Let's check this out here. Who is coming our way? Let's see. Test your knowledge of hockey. I'm giving a hockey player. For that player, try to guess every draft pick or player they have been traded for. When you're out of guesses, select next. So we have to do as many things as we can remember as that player has been traded for. There are 5 players to guess each game. Your score shows the uniqueness. Okay, so here we go. Let's try it out here. What was Jerome Iginla traded for in his entire career? What has he been traded for? Jerome Iginla. When he was traded to the Penguins or the Avalanche, I think a first-round pick was probably involved there, right? I think a first-round pick was. I would think it had to be involved. I'll let you throw out a few ideas while I just take care of a couple things. I'll go back to Twitter, make sure things are getting refreshed properly. Make sure the description is done. There we go. I'm not sure if it would be a live Sporkle for that. We could do it's all-time leaders. You could probably do that. I think we've done something similar. You can do the fantasy hockey review that just happened. There was a fantasy hockey trade that just happened. Hold on. While we wait on that, in our fantasy hockey league in our Discord server, Clayton Keller and John Carlson for Jordan Kyrou, Alex Pietrangelo, and Charlie Lindgren. Yeah, I'd say you win that one, Landon. You get to flip Charlie Lindgren, who I dumped on you. Okay, let's look at Jerome again. So first round pick. Let's take a guess on that. Yes, good. All right. Does it tell you how many more for each one? We can press next, or what else was in Div 1, Michaelak? That was in Division 1 in our fantasy hockey league. In the Yahoo Fantasy League, not the Dynasty. Agostino, Hanoski, something like that. Okay, Agostino. Was it Kenny Agostino? Yeah, not Matt Agostini. Kenny Agostino, was he in there? Yes, he was. Great. All right, nice. Junko, thank you. Lou would be that if he moved Dobson. Yeah, I don't think moving Dobson is going to happen. We'll just keep refreshing on Twitter as well. So Kenny Agostino, first round pick. Let's see how unique we can get it when we outsource this here. Tactics. Ooh, sorry, sad to hear about Tactics' account. Hanoski? What was this guy's name? Hanowski? Ben Hanowski? Hey, Jeremy, welcome to the stream, buddy. Ben Hanowski? We'll guess him. Yes, all right, Ben Hanowski, nice. Good guess. Let's go to the next player while we wait here. Marian Hossa, what is he traded for? Well, we can think about the Thrashers deal. So that would be like Eric Christensen, right? Eric Christensen. Angelo Esposito was in there. Angelo. Yeah. Then we'll give you Angelo Esposito. What? No, Angelo Esposito. What? Well, it was Hossa and Dupuis for Christensen. Colby Armstrong, right? Yeah, I think there was a first round pick involved. Yep. Okay. Can we go back to Iginla? I don't think so, eh? Aiden's saying there was maybe a 4th or a 5th in there. Maybe. So, okay, we got first. We got, let's show us all the guesses. Yeah, we got Eric Christensen, Colby Armstrong, a first round pick. What else has Hossa been traded for in his career? Jump back to Twitter once in a while to refresh. Hanifin off to Vegas. Is Markstrom next to be Dolphin? Hey, everyone's always pumping out the Markstrom narrative, eh? Always Markstrom. Hossa. Trying to think, when else was he even traded, right? Because I think he signed. Then he signed with the Red Wings, and then didn't he sign with the Blackhawks? I don't know if he was ever traded besides that, or was he traded? No, he was traded for Danny Heatley. Wait, yeah, because he was drafted by the Senators, and he was traded for Danny. Yes, okay, good. So Danny Heatley. What? Oh, that might be all that comes to mind for me. Might be some sort of deep draft pick or something going on there. I'll say Marian Hossa, okay. Patrick Roy. Let's see. So Jocelyn Thibault for sure. When the Canadians trade with the Avalanche, Jocelyn Thibault was one of them. What else? First round pick. Would that be crazy? He was probably traded for. I think a first round pick was involved in the Canadians and Avalanche swap. I'm gonna say a first. No first. 1507. Yeah, of course, Mr. Danny 1507 Heatley. Patrick Roy was never traded for a first rounder. What? Where's cash considerations? Wasn't that one of the things? Jocelyn Thibault. Who else was Patrick Roy traded for? I don't remember any of that. Was Owen Nolan? No, Nolan wasn't in that deal. Owen Nolan didn't go to the Canadians. You're thinking about some sort of Nordiques swap. But no, Canadians traded Roy to the Avalanche. And who came back from the Avalanche to the Canadians? Ruchinski, yeah. Ruchinski, you're right. Martin Ruchinski, right? Martin Ruchinski, yes, good. Martin Ruchinski, that's a couple. The uniqueness is going down, at least by I was foolish on that first round pick guess. What's next? Well, there's no Henrican character added. Blah blah blah. Do I advance? Do I advance here? I'm gonna say advance. Raymond Bourque. What was that trade from the Bruins to the Avalanche? Was it for a first round pick? Was it for a first that he went for in my trade knowledge from the 2000s isn't great, I'll tell you that. Yeah, long trade call. I would have preferred to just go live when we knew all the information, but that's what it is. That's why you're subscribed. That's why notifications are turned on. Breaking news as it happens. We go live. Let me know your thoughts on Raymond Bourque. What was he traded for? If anybody remembers some of that. We're waiting for the details on Noah Hanifin traded to the Vegas Golden Knights. You would think that it's going to involve a first, one other pick, a fifth going to another team for salary retention, and one of these prospects. Again, I'm locking it in. It's not much of a lock in, but one of these prospects, especially the center prospects, are going to the Calgary Flames. I'm saying. I know it's not the biggest statement to make. Okay, let's guess a first round pick. Okay, there we go. First round pick for Raymond Bourque. Be clear, Tyler Toffoli is in play. The Devils are open to return. You think, Jack? Or are you quoting a tweet? I think that's what you're doing. That's both in the same video. Certainly wasn't on today's bingo card. No, it wasn't. A little puck doku trade. Who he trade for? Yeah, they did draft Cataford. It was from Dreger. Gotcha. Hanifin's a fourth forward. Cry harder, Slim. That is one of the worst takes you've ever had. Fourth forward. The guy is blocking shots, and he's a Tony DeAngelo, right? Come on. He has any defenseman who has any flash of offense is just Tony DeAngelo, zero defense forward. You're such a what's the word I'm looking for? Like what's the word for someone who's blind to bias? You're blind to bias. How about that? All right. Was he traded Andrew Chuck? Was he? Let's try it. Guess no, he wasn't. Okay, Cam Neely. What was Cam Neely traded for? I can't even tell you what that trade was. Oh, you got Bobrovsky, who got suspended. Contrarian. That's good, Mila. A contrarian. What was Cam Neely traded for? Anyone? Any takers? What was Cam Neely traded for? 83 to 96. They really only played 83 to 96? What was Cam Neely traded for? So Darren Dreger saying, amid all the action today, be clear, Taj Foley is in play. The Devils are open to return in the way of multiple picks or a pick and a prospect. Is Tyler Foley the best player of the last decade to be traded around so often? It's crazy. Kings, Canucks, Canadians, Devils, Flames. It's 5 teams. That's me a 6th team now? Oh, sorry. And I don't expect a Foley trade tonight, but the Devils have lots of interest to consider over the next 2 days ahead of the deadline. Interesting, says Pierre Lebrun. The Hanifin trade, we don't know it yet. Still no return yet, but we do know that with salary retention being in play, it will likely cost at least a 5th-round pick to have a team retain 50% salary. It would probably take at least a 1st-round pick and one of these prospects as well. My guess would be probably like Sapovaliv or Cataford. I don't know if the Flames would want a defenseman. I don't think they'd be in on Chaika or Cormier or guys like that. Jackson Hallam, one of those things. Yeah, the Devils fired Lindy Ruff a couple days ago, yeah. What did Cliff Ronning? Is that who you said, Slim? Cliff Ronning. Let's see. Nope. Bogle, yeah, fine extension for Bogosian. The guy does what he has to do. Okay, so our finish wasn't great here. We didn't do great out of the 10 out of the 21 possibilities. So top answer, Joe Nieuwendyk in the Iginla trade. Yeah, it's true because he was drafted by the Stars and traded to the Flames. That's true. For sure, yeah, Bob. They're definitely going to be getting a first back, you would think. Would Devils need to deal Nemec if they went for Markstrom or Allmark? I don't think Nemec would. It would cost Nemec. Nemec is like a blue chip prospect. I don't think he's moving. Hossa, we got Heatley, Armstrong, Christensen. I didn't put the first, and I wouldn't have gotten these players anyways. Patrick Waugh, we got 2 out of 3. Raymond Bork, we didn't get any of the players. Brian Rolston, I probably should have gotten. And Barry Peterson, the only guy. Yeah, it's the hardest one. There you go. Yeah, Nemec wouldn't move for one of those guys. I know the Devils are desperate for goaltending, but it wouldn't happen. Let's do today's Puckpedia while we're here. Let's do today's Puckpedia. I feel like I'm doing today's Wordle. I'm a big Wordle guy. Myself and Lieutenant Desora have been doing the Wordle a lot recently. Anybody else on the Wordle train? My best is in 3 guesses, I think. And I'm told someone in Vegas has checked in on Toffoli. Of course they have. Of course Vegas has checked in on Tyler Toffoli. All right, let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, I went to Puckpedia. I want to go to Puckdoku. Give me a moment. Let me just pull that back up here. Nick Blankenberg. Puckdoku. Here we are. Puckdoku. Okay, so Wayne Gretzky teammate. Interesting. So the LA Kings, Wayne Gretzky teammate, drafted 2nd round, Ducks, Sharks, and 50-plus penalty minutes in a season. Interesting. Let me think about this, because we want to always get the highest level of uniqueness possible here. Let's see. Kings and Ducks. Who comes to mind immediately when I think Kings and Ducks? Yeah, Curry. Curry would be in there. Curry would be a very popular one. Trying to think deep. Yeah, Dustin Penner would be in there. Trying to think as deep as possible. What about the Sharks? Jonathan Bernier, that's a good one as well. Kings, 50-plus penalty minutes in a season. You could probably take just about any defender out there. Slim's going to crash the chat. Gretzky teammate who also played on the Ducks. Gretzky teammate who also played on the Sharks. Martin Jones, yeah, Martin Jones would be in there. And Gretzky teammate who had 50-plus penalty minutes in a season. So let's think about Gretzky teammates as well. Gretzky teammates, think about players who are on the late 90s Rangers, on the early 90s Kings. Gretzky teammate. That's a tough one. Because then the Ducks and the Sharks were early teams back in the 90s as well. They had a lot of expansion level type players. Rob Blake would probably be up there, I guess, eh? Gretzky teammate with 50-plus penalty minutes. Blake and Gretzky played together, right? Was Devin Setaguchi a second-round pick? I don't. That's a good question as well. Was it a second-round pick? I'd probably just go for something safer for the second-round pick, someone that I could remember. Setaguchi for Sharks and Kings. Yeah, let's go for Setaguchi. He's probably going to be one of the more common ones. Setaguchi. Okay, 3%. Nice. I love Setaguchi. Gretzky and Adam Graves. That could be one. Adam Graves. Ooh, 0.6%. Nice, Bank Leopold. Sorry, Leopold. I'm thinking Def Leppard, the band. Leopold, sorry. Wordle, let's go. Get those Wordle fans in here. McSorley would have been an easy one, I think. 50-plus penalty minutes in a season with the Kings. Let's just think about anybody here. Who, if you go like not too far back, but someone further back enough, like maybe you're like mid 2000s, like a Zygmunt, like Palfy. I don't know. Lucic, that might be too easy of a name there. Larry Robinson, Dave Taylor. Trade out now. Trade not is not out yet. We're still killing some time on this. Unfortunately, we keep refreshing as we go. Lots of speculation out there. Yeah, lots of speculation, but still nothing just yet. Brendan Lemieux, that could be a good one. Stu Grimson for the oh, that's good for Kings and Ducks. Grim Reaper, Stu Grimson. There you go, 2% on Stu Grimson. Ooh, Willie Mitchell, that's a good one. That's a good one. Let's do it. Willie Mitchell. I'm going to go Willie Mitchell. Nice, 0.7%. I love Willie Mitchell. Lemieux might have been too popular of a choice. Wayne Gretzky teammate who played for the Ducks and Wayne Gretzky teammate who played for the Sharks. Did Yari Curry? Scandella, sorry, Jack. Who did Yari Curry play for again? He had a season at the Ducks, didn't he? That too common of one, maybe? But I can't think of many others, so I can't think of anybody else. Yari Curry, yeah. Oof, that ruins the score, 49%. At least we get somebody, though, to fill up the board. Gretzky teammate who played for the Sharks now. Louis DeBrusque. Scandella bottom right. Oh, draft. Okay, perfect. Sorry. I thought you were saying for the Kings penalty minutes. Marco Scandella, 0.1%. Woohoo! Nice. Nicely done, Jack. Nicely done. We're just waiting on 3 more now. Ducks, second round pick. Sharks, second round pick. Could take like a Thomas Bordeleau or something, someone recent. And then Gretzky teammate who played for the Sharks. Every time we see a tweet, could it be? Could it be? Vegas is getting a third team involved. Yes, okay, we knew that, but at least it's confirmed now. Vegas is getting a third team involved to acquire Noah Hanifin at that $1.2375 million cap hit. Very good. We'll look at these numbers from Shutdown Line in a moment as well. Graves again for the Sharks. No, you can't put them twice, unfortunately. That's true. Rob Blake played for the Sharks. Okay, let's put some Rob Blake in there. Rob Blake, 14%. All right, Slim. Now, drafted second round for the Ducks and drafted second round for the Sharks. You could say, like, there's a lot of guys who are, like, recent, like Tracy, we could say Braden Tracy for the Ducks. We could say Thomas Bordeleau for the Sharks. Chris Tierney, bottom middle. Chris Tierney for the Sharks, second round pick. All right, 5%. Okay. Sorry, I already put Tierney. Sorry, Aiden for Ozelinch. And then honestly, Braden Tracy. Why not? He's coming to mind. Braden Tracy. Let's do. Oh, is he a first round pick? Ooh, good thing I didn't click that. I would have had a fit. Zellweger was the second round. That's true. Is he too recent to say? Is Zellweger too recent? Lucas Dostal, is he a second? No, I think he was like a fourth round pick. But I can't really think of anybody else. So unless somebody says something the next little bit, I'm probably going to put Zellweger. We'll still have a uniqueness below 100, which is nice. Corey Perry was a second round pick, but I think he'd probably be the most popular. Jack, are you doing some research there? Maxime Comtois. No, it wasn't Comtois. Ah, Comtois was a second round pick, I think, eh? Oh, even Devontae Smith-Pelly. Oh, that's a good one for Devontae Smith-Pelly. I'll go Comtois, though. I think Comtois is more forgotten. Maxime Comtois, voila, 14%. All right, so there we go. 87 uniqueness. Let's view the stats on this one. 87 uniqueness. Went 9 for 9 with 87. Devontae Smith-Pelly, what a legend. Yes. So the best possible game. Yeah, definitely not going to be getting one of those. That's for sure. Drafted second round. So Gibson was a popular one. Zellweger was at 7. What? Comtois at 14.8? And Smith-Pelly at 5. I thought Smith-Pelly would have been a lot more remembered than that. Mackenzie, no problem. Welcome back. Glad you're able to join the stream. Gibson was the highest one, but Zellweger at 7.5 even as well. That's too bad. That hurt us a little bit. Who else hurt us? We didn't take any. Curry hurt us. Yeah. Who else would? Chris Pronger. Yeah. Chris Pronger played with Gretzky. Really? I didn't know that. Matthew Schneider. I know. And we did pretty well, though. All things considered. We only had one of the most common. We did okay. So let's start looking at this here, and we'll just refresh Twitter again. Vegas's D-man Danil Miromanov will be a part of this trade. Okay, Danil Miromanov will be a part of this trade. Miromanov, was he in my selected selection? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, let's pull up the stats on Miromanov. Give me a moment. We know finally, we know a piece of the trade. Oh my goodness, we know a piece of the trade. The return running back to the Flames. So the Flames get another defenseman. I have to say I am surprised a little bit here. No, but it's just a toss-in. He's just a toss-in. That doesn't tell us anything. Miromanov. I thought he was someone that I didn't know, like some prospect that I didn't know of. No, he's 26-year-old Danil Miromanov, who's just going to be filling in on defense for the Flames with Hanifin going back the other way. Someone just play on the blue line. I got excited there. So Miromanov, I didn't really know much about him, I have to admit. He's only played 29 NHL games. Forgive me. Yeah, so he'll be the depth defenseman going back to Calgary to fill the spot on the blue line. Undrafted player, 26-year-old. Yeah, so Miromanov going to the Calgary Flames in this deal. That's all we know so far. Dave Pagnotta saying, with Hanifin off the board, I'm curious if teams like Tampa and Detroit both had strong interest, shift focus to Jake Chychrun. As mentioned earlier, Tampa Bay has checked in, or do they pursue someone like Provorov or Marcus Pettersson? All three have one more year on their deals. This is the 6th data cast today. It's the speaking is not going very well here. So let's see. Vegas's defense shows the 2 stages of zone exits and retrievals. They have a lot of guys who can take hits and help get the puck out, but not many who can exit the zone on their own. Hanifin is going to make their lives much easier there, especially Pietrangelo. So that's something to be said. Big help. As for the failed exit rate, well, that's always been a problem with him. Lots of good plays and turnovers mixed in, although this year is a weird outlier. Interesting. So what was the other picture here? This shows 5v5. Okay, so this image here will show 5v5 defensive zone retrievals and exits on the x-axis. I feel like Michael Scott. On the x-axis, the botched retrievals and failed exits per 60. So you want to definitely be on the lower side of that. And retrievals leading to exits per 60. So this over here is where you want to be. And what we see on this one is 5v5 defensive zone exits versus turnovers, clears per 60, and exits with possession per 60. So again, you want to be up here, and a lot of Vegas's players are down here. Interesting. Slim, bro, you're working hard for that mute, eh? You're really working hard for the mute. Yeah. I love you just say things with zero ability to back anything up. Here's, we're breaking down all the numbers. We're looking at things. We're talking about the deep analytics of it all. And you just come in and spew a random sentence, and your only back up is, it's true though. It's true though. No one wants to hear it. We've already disproven you a million times. No one wants to hear it, Slim. Okay, so Miromanov going back to Calgary, still waiting on anything else, of course. The expected cost for a third team would be a mid-5th. So that's why I said, looking at Puckpedia's calculator earlier on, Pens are praying Gensel's return will secure them the spot. Depending on how Vegas has performed, this could be a mid or late round pick, so it could be a 4th or a 5th. I'm thinking probably a 5th. Also, Russ, true, severed. True. Yeah. So far we know that it's going to be, hold on, another tweet. Okay, so far we know that Noah Hanifin will be traded to the Vegas Golden Knights in exchange for Danil Miromanov, and that's it so far. We're thinking a first, we're thinking a prospect, but that's where we are right now. Yeah, Pens unfortunately are missing the playoffs, I would think, unless they have some huge rally now. Very unfortunate. So we're getting towards an hour now on the stream. We're getting close to Timo Meier territory last year. We know a piece of the return. We're still waiting on the rest of it, as we have Miromanov going back the other way, but we want to know what the prospect, what the level of pick is going to be. Helps us set the market for everybody else as well at the same time. Aiden saying, I don't like moving Marcus Pettersson at this deadline, to be honest. He's one of the best defensive defensemen in the league and our best all-around defenseman this year. Yeah, Marcus Pettersson is doing great things for Pittsburgh. He signed on. He has term. I don't think the Penguins are going into a rebuild. With Crosby, with Malkin, with Letang, they're still going to be trying to push. They have Jerry under contract. They're still going to be trying to push, and Pettersson's going to be a part of that. Tactics' videos are all gone from YouTube. What? Is that he had gotten hacked and everything's gone? Whoa. That you need to make sure you have authentication and everything on your account here. Oh my goodness. I don't think it's impossible. I would think if I were a betting man, which I'm not. I think that the Penguins aren't making it, but I could see it being a remote possibility. Hold on, let me pull up. Sorry, let me just on my phone here. Let me just pull up tactics. Is his account still there? Even what's his name again? Tactics HD. Is that what it's called? Is his account totally gone? Oh, here it is, and it's Bitcoin videos. His account got retitled MicroStrategy, and it's Bitcoin. Well, that's wild. Now the question is not to say that he did anything wrong, but just how did this happen? Do we need to have double authentication and all that? What do we need to be doing to make sure that this does not happen to us? And us, I mean not just me. I'm saying everybody who has a YouTube account. It's ridiculous. Back to the Twitter world. A few new tweets. Miromanov will be a Group 6 UFA this year. Gotcha. So if we look at the Calgary, if you look at Miromanov on Vegas here, Miromanov, we see him, yeah, he's going to be an RFA actually. Right-hand RFA. Maybe the Flames keep him around. Maybe they keep him around. If I go to... No, I can't really. There's nothing to look at now, unfortunately. So I think we're going to jump over to Sporkle now at this point. Let's jump over to Sporkle. And we'll kill a little bit of time there as we continue to wait on the return. Group 6, it just has to do with arbitration and when the certain dates for qualifying is and how much experience they have in the NHL. Group 4, Group 6, it's not a big deal. Oh, I hear you, Mila. I hear you. Gensel is down to Rangers, Canucks, or Hurricanes, I would say. Yeah. Okay, so Sporkle NHL quizzes. Let's see what we got. Well, in our Penguins franchise mode, not in 2024, but later, like 2027, 2028, I remember we traded Gensel to the Minnesota Wild. So, and Kyle Dubas has been watching the Penguins franchise mode. He's done a few moves that I did even. So, I don't know. Let's look at NHL quizzes. Sporkle's gonna have a little bit of a hard time to go here. What did the Flames get for Hanifin? We don't know yet. We know that they're going to get Miromanov, a seventh defenseman, essentially, but we don't know anything else officially just yet, Goofy. We don't know anything officially, aside from a seventh defenseman going from the Vegas Golden Knights to the Calgary Flames. For the actual prospects and the picks and all that, we do not know the rest of the package just yet. Does Gensel get moved, honestly? I would, if I'm the Penguins GM, I don't move him. I say let's regroup and run it back next season with some off-season additions. I would not be doing that. Okay. Jacob Moverare got signed to a contract there. Okay. Back to Sporkle. But yeah, if I'm Pittsburgh, I'm not moving Gensel. This is really, it's tearing my brother apart. My brother's a huge Penguins fan, so it's tearing him apart. Gensel is, what, 28, 29? The United States of Sports. Can you name all the teams in the United States of Sports map? Let's do it. That'll include some NHL. Is he 30? Really? He's already 30? Am I that much in the past? 29 or 30? Am I living in the past? He's 29. Gotcha. Okay. I wasn't too far in the past. Okay. Give me a second here. Let me close all these ads. Oh, actually, I was never even showing my screen. Okay, perfect. 1 million Sporkle ads. Ridiculous. Sheesh. Yeah, I see you, Slim. I see you. Let me ask you, is it about Makar and how much I love offense only and only stats and all I love are points? Is that it? Are sports today very soft? Bah. Depends the sport, I suppose. Okay, finally. Here we go. Let me zoom in even a little bit more. Here we go. All right, so there's 133 to get through. Let's, any news we'll stop and pause for it, but let's do it. Here we go, the United States of Sports. Let's work through this map and see what we can do here. So we continue to kill some time waiting for the details come out. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? I click on it and it tells me? What's like Tampa Bay? Like what do I need to do? What is this? Utah. I see Utah Jazz. I need to say the team. Oh, okay. I need to say the team. The full team. Oh, okay. Green Bay Packers. I see that. San Francisco 49ers. Okay. Seattle Seahawks. Bye. Hawks. Utah Jazz. I already said Utah Jazz, Slim. Okay, Los Angeles Lakers, Anaheim Ducks, Los Angeles Chargers, Arizona Cardinals, San Francisco Starfleet, Atlanta Braves, Oklahoma City Thunder. Oh, Oklahoma. Am I spelling that wrong? Oklahoma? Oh, so there's no. Oh, I'm thinking oak like an oak tree. Okay, Denver Broncos, Colorado Avalanche, Colorado Rockies. Phoenix, Arizona Coyotes. You don't need the location, really? Like if I say Sharks, what? I saw all this time. Kings. Whoa, I bumped. That took out a couple teams. Great. Hey, I was killing myself out here for no reason. Predators, Nuggets. There's more Broncos. Are there more Broncos? Yeah, there's more Broncos. Gotcha. I don't know the college teams. That's for sure. That's why I'll need some help. Vikings. Bills, Sox, no. Red Sox, White Sox. I don't see White Sox in here. Cubs, Blackhawks, Giants, Panthers, a few of those. Cowboys, Texans, Rangers, Saints, Hurricanes, Jaguars, Timberwolves. You don't have Timberwolves? Twins, Rays, Heat, Guardians, Phillies, Steelers, Islanders, Yankees, Devils, Ravens, Bengals, Blues, Rams, Bulls, Bears. No one likes the White Sox, eh? Wildcats. There you go. Took out a few. Cardinals. It takes out a few. Royals. Badgers. Red Wings. Lions. Commanders. Patriots. Bruins. Grizzlies. Texas A&M. Is that there? Yeah, Texas A&M. Kansas University. There you go. Yeah, Kansas University. Who else do we see? Diamondbacks, Galaxy, Athletics, Oregon. I'm not sure what are they called again. Mariners, Longhorns. There you go. Bulldogs. I don't know any of those. That's going to be helpful. Thank you, everyone. Orioles, Penguins, Tigers. There's a few Tigers. Whew. Michigan State. Are this the Spartans? Is that what they are? Spartans. There you go. Brewers. Who else do I see on this map here? Spurs. Mavericks. Hawkeyes. Sabres. Who else do I see? Titans. Flyers. Trailblazers. Is that one word? No, Trailblazers. There you go. Celtics. Thank you. Cornhuskers. That's their name? Wow. Jackrabbits. There you go. Hawks. Who else is there? Oh, the Angels. I just saw the Angels in there. Oh, the Raiders. Portland Timberwolves. Not sure why it's not going. Timberwolves. Why isn't it going? Portland. Sorry, the Timbers. Yeah, the Timbers. What am I saying? The Timberwolves. Knicks. Yep. Hornets. Irish. Fighting Irish. No, I don't see it. Just Nebraska, is that what they're called? No. Jackrabbits I put. Chiefs, yeah, it's true. I didn't see the Chiefs. Who else do I see in here? Who else do I see? Seminoles. Yeah, I don't know any of those. Wolf Pack. There you go. Oh, the Suns. They're the Suns. Capitals? Are they not? Oh, they were hiding in there. Ohio State. Are they the Buckeyes? Is that what they are? Yeah, they are. Let's pause here quickly. Just make sure we're not missing anything else in the Twitter world. Hi. Flurry of trade activity. Nylander scoring. No, still nothing. Of course, the time I go live right away, I miss 5 trades in the afternoon. Then in the time I go live right away, it's when it's going to be an hour wait. The Astros. There you go. Suns I had put. Golden Bears. Okay. Hokies. Wolverines. What are these teams? Nylander statue incoming. Alex Nylander too? Oh, of course, Lightning. The logos are so small. But the Panthers aren't even there, right? No, that's it. Yankees, there you go. Diego, don't put stuff like that. Are you serious? Don't put things like that in the chat. No, there's nothing here. No, nothing's happening. Eric Johnson, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now we lost time in the thing. Diego, you lost us time. I put the Falcons, didn't I? No, thank you. Falcons. Who else is here when I look very closely at the logos? Oh, Duke. What's Duke's name? Razorbacks. There you go. Come on, guys. We're almost there. 17 to go. Is that it? I haven't seen 17. What's North Dakota? What's this guy? What's this guy up here? What else are we missing? Who's this guy? Oh, the Colts. And the Pacers. There you go. There's two right there. The Ducks aren't even that. Ducks are right there. Oh, the Oregon Ducks. That's what they are. Oh, Blue Devils. Great. What's this A here? I thought that was the Braves. What's this A over here? Like, where are the Reds in here somewhere? Are the Reds? No, they're in there. Red Raiders. There you go. Jets. Blue Devils I put. Crimson Tide. Oh, that's Alabama? Oh, okay, I see. Oh, Tide. Roll Tide. No, it's Washington Commanders. No Raptors. It's only American teams here. Who are we still missing over here? What's this team? Who are these guys up here? That's these big three up here. Maybe you've said it. Maybe I've missed it. They're just called North Dakota? No. Bobcats. Okay, there you go. That's one. The Utes? Utah Utes? What? Rebels? Okay. Cougars? Fighting Hawks? Cool. Mountaineers? Don't think so. Unless I'm spelling it wrong. Minute 45 to go. Did we get all of them? That we like, who are these last five? I can't even see their logos anywhere. Buffaloes? Okay, good. Mountaineers? Oh, I didn't have the AI, I think. I did Mountain. I'm a Trojans, good. Buffaloes I got. Two more. Is this one of the logos here? I'm not sure. Oh, sorry. Lost my screen for a second. We got the Utah Utes. Lions? No, I think that's it. Sacramento. I don't know. 40 seconds left for the last two. I already put the Lions. No Lions. I have to say the whole thing. Nittany Lions. Hey, Nittany Lions. Sabres already put. Penn State. Yeah, what are they in Penn State? I got Nittany. Sorry, I wasn't clicking on Nittany. 10 seconds. Tigers. Nope. Final 5. Knights M. No. All right, we missed just one. So close. Just one that we missed. How do you see? Oh, this one up here. What? This one? What? This is one that we missed. This is the Portland Timbers. No, this is Portland Timbers. This is the Thunder. No, the Seattle Sound. What are they called in the MLS? I think they were kind of missed at the top of the screen. We couldn't quite see them. Seattle Sounders. Is that what it is? Of course we would have gotten that one. Clint Dempsey played there all his career. That's too bad. Close, but 132 out of 133. That's 99%. The average is 82. I think there can be some. We can be proud of that, at least. At least we can be proud of that. So it looks like we're going in the direction, ladies and gentlemen, of the Timo Meier trade. We've been here for over an hour and still no word on any return. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I wanted to keep it as long as I could. It's an hour and 20. It's called a Sporcle, Sporcle, Francesco. I'm going to go and come back live whenever the details are out. So we'll be back maybe in 5 minutes, maybe in half an hour, maybe in an hour. But we'll be back live when the details are out on the Noah Hanifin trade. Thanks for spending the time with me here, even though it unfortunately didn't lead to the details just yet. Subscribe and turn on notifications so that you know when breaking news always happens. And we could do that too, Severin. But at this point, I want to make it a new stream. It's been more of a game stream than a Hanifin stream at this point. So I'm going to say let's bring it back when we get the details on Hanifin. So we'll be back soon. Thanks for joining me this evening. And hopefully it isn't too long and we get the full return and we'll see what it is and if my prediction was correct.